Welcome to your personal optimization practice for creating an explosive transformation in your life and in the world around you by growing your awareness of connection to creative consciousness. I am at every moment, past, present, and future, inseparably connected to the creative consciousness and force that is bringing all things into being.
The Portal for Transformation video on connection, the previous video, was meant to explore the reality of our inseparable connection to the creative consciousness and force that is bringing all things into being. This video answers the question, so what? Here you're going to use a powerful personal optimization practice to turn the reality of your connection into a life-transforming experience.
Let's begin by exploring the cycle of personal transformation. Incorporating a new reality into your experience is like learning to ride one of these. It may not come naturally at first, and you're likely to experience a few falls. But a good process will help you to success.
To help yourself to an effective process for personal transformation, think of the word ride. Everyone begins the ride somewhere. This is your reference point.
From this starting point, you'll create a clear intention. Where do you want to be? What's your goal?
Practice or drill will transform your intention into reality. We'll help you drill by suggesting some personal optimization practices. These personal optimization practices are the engine for your transformation.
Finally, you'll evaluate your progress, set a new reference point, and your cycle of transformation continues. Ride on.
Your current reference point is where you stand now in terms of the level of your awareness of connection to creative consciousness. One's level of awareness of connection to creative consciousness can be a bit of a challenge to quantify, but here's an example to get you started. Think of it as a continuum. On one end of the continuum, you might say, I have no awareness of connection. On the other end, I am one with creative consciousness. And then in between can range from, it's an interesting theory, I think it's possible, it's my goal, I've experienced this connection. How would you describe your current level of awareness of connection to creative consciousness? This is your current reference point.
Once you've set your current reference point, continue your ride to transformation by setting a clear, specific, measurable intention. Putting an intention into clear words regarding your awareness of connection to creative consciousness may be a bit tricky. Here are a few examples. I don't understand this at all, but I intend to review the videos again and then decide whether I want to create a specific intention. Or, I intend to engage in a personal optimization practice to grow my awareness of connection for a few minutes each day over the next 7 days and see what happens. Or, I intend to have at least one deep, profound experience of connection to creative consciousness in the next 7 days.
Before you set your intention, take a moment to consider the importance of growing a greater awareness of connection to creative consciousness. History demonstrates that the greater the awareness of a direct connection to creative consciousness, the more transformational power is released into an individual life and into the world. It's interesting to note how those who originated the great world transformational movements claimed a direct connection with creative consciousness. They made statements such as, "I am one with," and then said, "Follow my example, do as I have done, and become like me."
These great world transformational leaders were essentially saying that the ultimate transformational goal is to live in the awareness of your oneness with creative consciousness. With this awareness, they went on to transform the world. It's also interesting to note how the followers of these great transformational leaders often ended up teaching that we do not have a direct connection with creative consciousness. That direct connection was reserved only for the founder and for certain authorized leaders. The rest of us can only connect with creative consciousness indirectly through those leaders and their authorized teachings.
Consider reclaiming the awareness of your direct connection with creative consciousness. It's quite possible that this may lead to a new release of transformational power into your life and into the world.
Once you've established your connection intention, it's time to ride on and activate it by means of your personal optimization practice or drill. We're going to offer 5 examples of personal optimization practices to help grow your connection awareness, but feel free to create your own pops. Connection breathing. Speaking connection declarations. Practicing connection awareness while in conversation. Pretending. Creating.
These personal optimization practices are so important that we're offering a separate video for each practice. For the most dramatic, life-transforming results, meditate using each video for 4 days before moving on to the next. Create the expectation that, like the historic masters of world transformation, you are also going to tap directly into the source, the consciousness that is bringing all things into creation. What happens after that is an adventure beyond imagination.
Evaluate your connection awareness after 7 days. Take another look at the connection continuum we presented earlier in this video. Where are you on the continuum at the end of 7 days? What has changed? Then set a new intention for the next 7 days and ride on.
We'd like to suggest that you take your time with this personal optimization practice before moving on to the next. As with mountain climbing, it's more important to take the time necessary to master form and technique than it is to rapidly cover a lot of ground.